For this presentation, I'm going to be talking about internet security and getting into depth about tips to follow to stay safe on the internet. How to stay safe in a business environment. Tip 1. Encrypt your data. Data encryption isn't just for technology geeks. Modern tools make it possible for anyone to encrypt emails and other information. Encryption used to be the sole province of geeks and mathematicians, but a lot has changed in recent years. In particular, various publicly available tools have taken the rocket science out of encrypting and decrypting emails and files. GPG for Mail, for example, is an open source plugin for the Apple Mail program that makes it easy to encrypt, decrypt, sign, and verify emails using the Open PGP standard. And for protecting files, newer versions of Apple's OS X operating system come with FileVault, a program that encrypts the hard drive of a computer. Those running Microsoft Windows have a similar program. This software will scramble your data, but won't protect you from government authorities demanding your encryption key under the regulations of Investigatory Powers Act of 2000, which is why some fanatics recommend TrueCrypt, a program with some very interesting facilities which might have been useful to David Miranda, explains John Naughton in an article for The Guardian. Tip 2. Install operating system updates. Operating system updates are a gigantic pain for users. It's the honest truth. But as these updates contain critical security patches that will protect your computer from recently discovered threats, failing to install these updates means your computer is at risk. No matter which operating system you use, it's important that you update it regularly. Windows operating systems are typically updated at least monthly. Typically on so-called Patch Tuesday, operating systems may not be updated quite as frequently or on a regular schedule. It's best to set your operating system to update automatically. The method for doing so will vary depending upon your particular operating system. Tip 3. The cloud provides a viable backup option. While you should use sound security practices when you're making use of the cloud, it can provide an ideal solution for backing up your data. Since data is not stored on a local device, it's easily accessible even when your hardware becomes compromised. Cloud storage, where data is kept off-site by a provider, is a guarantee of adequate disaster recovery. How to stay safe while using mobile devices. Tip 1. Enable remote location and device wiping. If your gadget is lost or stolen, tracking apps can tell you exactly where your phone is. These apps also let you wipe sensitive information remotely. If your phone does end up landing in the wrong hands, you can at least make sure they don't get your information. Tip 2. Take care of privacy settings immediately upon setup. When configuring a new device or operating system, configuring privacy settings should be the first order of business. This ensures that you're not accidentally sharing sensitive information as you set up your standard apps and devices. The minute you download and install iOS 12, the latest version of Apple's mobile operating system for iPhone and iPad, you should take note of these privacy steps in order to lock down your device. iOS 12 has a number of features tied to your location. It also has privacy settings allowing users to limit how long data is stored for, such as message expiry features and private browsing settings. Before you do anything like customizing your phone, loading new apps, or syncing your data for the first time, these first 7 settings need to be checked and, if necessary, changed. Tip 3. Use a firewall. Firewalls assist in blocking dangerous programs, viruses, or spyware before they intrude your system. Various software companies offer firewall protection, but hardware-based firewalls like those frequently built into network routers provide a better level of security. How to keep your identity safe. Tip 1. Use secure passwords. Passwords are easily cracked by hackers, particularly if you don't use sound password creation practices. The best passwords contain uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. You should also avoid using easily guessed words or alphanumerical combinations, such as the names of children or pets, birth dates, addresses, and other similar information that can be easily guessed by someone looking at your Facebook profile or through a Google search. A strong password should be more than 8 characters in length and contain both capital letters and at least one numerical or other non-alphabetical character. Use of non-dictionary words is also recommended. Tip 2. Watch out for impersonators. There are many imposters who attempt to trick unsuspecting consumers into giving out their sensitive personal information by pretending to be the individual's bank, credit card company, or other entity. This can happen by phone or online via phishing emails or websites designed to mimic the authentic company's look and feel. Make sure you know who's getting your personal or financial information. Don't give out personal information on the phone, through the mail, or over the internet unless you've initiated the contact or know who you're dealing with. If a company that claims they have an account with you sends an email asking for personal information, don't click on links in the email. Instead, type the company name into your web browser, go to their site, and contact them through customer service. Or call the customer service number listed on your account statement. Ask whether the company really sent a request. Tip 3. Shred old documents and statements. Most consumers receive a large amount of mail, largely considered junk mail. Credit card statements, bank account statements, notifications regarding other accounts, credit card offers, and more plague the mailboxes of consumers across the U.S. While online access to accounts has made printed statements practically unnecessary, many consumers simply toss these items out when they're received. But doing so without first shredding them could put your personal information in the hands of thieves. Identity theft is the nation's #1 complaint, according to the Federal Trade Commission. One of the most common methods used by thieves to steal personal information is dumpster diving, which entails rummaging through trash looking for old bills or other documents that contain personal information. How to protect your data online. Tip 1. Avoid sensitive transactions on public Wi-Fi. Working at a local coffee shop may have some appeal, but relying on a public Wi-Fi connection means your data is undetectable by outsiders. Avoid conducting banking transactions and sending other sensitive information over a public Wi-Fi network. Public Wi-Fi hotspots in public places like cafes, airports, hotels, and libraries are convenient, but unlike your home computer, use of public hotspots involve security compromises. It is easy for other users to intercept your data, so be careful about what information you send and receive while connected. Try and limit activity when connected to a public Wi-Fi network to web browsing and avoid banking or any other activities that involve user password access. Avoid using hotspots that are run by people you do not know or trust. Criminals can set up hotspots known as evil twins and rogue hotspots to steal user information. Always try and use encrypted, password-protected networks. Tip 2. Don't forget to sign out. Signing in to online services is necessary when you need to access your personal accounts, but many users forget to sign out when they're finished using a service. But when you're using public computers like in a cyber cafe or a library, remember that you may still be signed into any services you've been using even if you close the browser. So when using a public computer, be sure to sign out by clicking on the account photo or email address in the top right corner and selecting sign out. If you use public computers often, use two-step verification to help keep your account safe. And be extra careful to sign out of your accounts and shut down your browser when you have finished using the web. Tip 3. Use two-factor verification. Two-factor verification is an additional layer of security that provides protection in the event that a hacker guesses or cracks your password. Two-factor verification requires a second verification step such as the answer to a secret question or a personal identification number, also known as a PIN. You should opt for two-factor verification when given the option. Some websites such as Google will text you a code when you log in to verify your identity, while others have small devices that you can carry around to generate the code. Authenticator apps are also available on all major smartphone platforms. Other types of two-factor verification do exist as well, so look in the settings of your banking, shopping, and email host for the option. How to protect your credit. Tip 1. Immediately change your passwords following a data breach. If a company through which you have an account has suffered a data breach, immediately change your password. An article on ConsumerReports.org discusses the JP Morgan Chase data breach, offering tips for consumers to take steps to protect their data after a breach. They said, "We still recommend online and mobile banking because it allows you to watch your account in real time from almost anywhere. Yes, it's now clear that internet banking is not resistant to hacking, but the convenience you get from banking digitally greatly surpasses any security risk," said Al Pasquale, head of fraud and security research at Javelin Strategy and Research, a California-based financial services industry consulting firm. As part of your monitoring, watch out for changes to your debit card PIN. Tip 2. Take advantage of free credit monitoring. If a major corporation suffers a data breach and your account information has been compromised, the company may offer affected consumers with free credit monitoring services. If your personal information is hacked, the company that was victimized will probably offer you credit monitoring. If it does, go ahead and take it. Tip 3. Find out precisely why the breach or hack occurred. If your account has been hacked, your data lost, or device stolen, consider it a learning opportunity. Find out exactly what went wrong and how you could have protected your data by taking better precautions. While you are fixing things, it's a good time to take a step back and ask yourself a more basic question. What was the reason for the breach? If it was your bank account, the answer may be obvious. In other cases, such as email, it can be for a host of reasons, from using it to send spam, to requesting money from your contacts, to getting password resets on other services. An attacker may even be trying to gain access to your business. Knowing why you were targeted can also sometimes help you understand how you were breached.